Good morning, students. Today we are going to see the last part of the introduction to word processor. These are the discussion points which we are going to discuss in this video. So first we are going to see about the find and replace and spell check option. So next we are going to discuss about working with tables. So how to create a table in word processor. And the last topic is enhancing and printing a word processor document. First, we start with the find and replace. So this is a dialog box of the find and replace. The OpenOffice Writer has a find and replace feature which helps the user to locate for a text in a document and replace it with the another new word. So in addition to finding and replacing a words or a phrases, the user can also use some of the regular expressions or regular constraints to perform some advanced search. So to search a word, the user can use the edit menu. So from edit menu, we have to select the find and replace option, or we can press Ctrl F. So now the find and replace dialog box will appear. So first we have to type the text which we want to find in the search for box. We have a search for text box. So in that we have to type the text which we want to find. And for example, say for example, to search a word Bombay in a document, so and we have to replace with Mumbai. So we have to enter the word, type the word Bombay in the search for text box. And to replace the text with the new text, the new text should be typed in the replace with text box. So we have to type the word Mumbai in the replace with text box, and we have to click the button find. So to start the search, the found word is highlighted and the first occurrence of the Bombay is highlighted. So the first text, the text Bombay where it found will be highlighted in the document. And to replace the text, click the replace button. So we have to click the we have found the first occurrence of the Bombay, and we have to we are going to replace the text with the Mumbai. So we have to click the replace button. So the highlighted word will be replaced with the word which is given in the replace with text box. And we can also click the find all button. So it selects all the occurrences of the text which is given in the search for text box. And also we can replace all the words with the new word by clicking the replace all button. So when we click the replace all button means the wherever the word Bombay is found in the document will be replaced with the Mumbai. And also we can use the options that match case, that is a case sensitive, and also we can use the whole words only. So we can select, we can give two or more words in the search for box, and we can consider, we can make the computer to consider that as a single word, single phrase. Whenever the entire word, the single phrase is found, it will replace with the new phrase. So that is the usage of the whole words only. And next one is the spell check. So the documents that are prepared with the help of the word processing software should be without any spelling mistake. So for this purpose, the OpenOffice Writer includes a inbuilt dictionary and spell check program will be there. So whenever we type the misspelled word, the word will be underlined with a red color wavy line. So a red color wave line will be underlined whenever we type the misspelled word. So the first option is auto spell check. So auto spell check option checks each and every word as it is typed. When you type a word and press the space bar, so it checks automatically. So that is the auto spell check option. And if we type the misspelled word means it displays a wavy red line under the misspelled words. So once the word is corrected, the red wavy line will disappear. So this can be done through the by clicking the icon. You can able to see a small icon in the toolbar, the standard toolbar. So it will be written as a letters A B C, and you have a red wavy lines. So by clicking that icon, you can use the auto spell check option. So even the spell check option can be done separately. So to perform a separate spell checking on the document or a text selected text, by clicking the spelling and grammar button. So here the grammar spelling and grammar button icon will be the same, letters ABC will be there and a green color tick will be there. So the same standard toolbar. So we can click that button or icon for performing a separate spell check option. So here you can able to see the spell check dialog box. So in the spell check dialog box, so the word which are not in the dictionary will be mentioned in a red color, in the red color font. So either we can ignore the mistake, or we can ignore the mistakes which are repeated, the same mistakes that are repeated in the entire document, or we can add the new word to the dictionary. Some of the words might not be available in the dictionary, inbuilt dictionary, so we can add the words into the dictionary of the OpenOffice Writer. So some of the features of the spell checking tool is we have to right click the word with the wavy red line, so to where the context menu will be appear. So we can select the correct words that can be selected from the suggested words. There will be some suggestions available. It will give some suggestion. These are the possibilities which you are going to try. So we can select the suggestion also, or we can add to the dictionary also, and the dictionary language can be changed. For example, Spanish, French or German, whatever may be, from the spell check dialog box. And also we have told that the dictionary, the word can be added to the existing inbuilt dictionary also. So these are the options of the spell check. And next one is the automatic correction. So autocorrect function has the facility to correct the common misspellings and the typing errors automatically whenever you press the space bar next to the misspelled words. So for example, you have to type the word the, instead you have wrongly typed as HTE. So after you press the space bar, it automatically changes to the correct word. So that is the functionality of the automatic correction, autocorrect. So this can be done with the help of the option. You can select the autocorrect option from the tools menu. So from tools menu you can select the autocorrect. When you click the autocorrect, it opens a dialog box. You can also add new terms or new words which is to be replaced whenever you type a wrong word. Next we are going to see about the inserting tables. So a table is a grid. Grid is nothing but a combination of rows and columns. So a table is also used as an alternative for the spreadsheet, that is the Excel sheet, which we will be learning in the next chapter. And mainly it is used to gather or organize the information in an effective manner. So with this the user can easily read the information. So there are various techniques that can be used to insert a table. First one, by clicking the table icon. So you will be having a table icon, a small table icon in the standard toolbar. So by clicking that, you can add a new table. In the next to the immediate next to the icon, you will be having a down headed arrow. So by clicking that arrow mark, you can select the number of rows and columns which you want to be inserted. And the second method is insert table dialog box. With the help of the insert table dialog box, you can insert a table. So for that, you need to go to the table menu. Inside that, you have to select insert option, and you have to select the table submenu. So table, insert table. So this is the order. So first in the table menu, you have to select the insert option. Then you will be having a sub menu. In that you have to select the table. So or you can press the control plus F12. So this is the key combination for opening the insert table dialog box. So you can able to see the insert table dialog box image. So in that you will be having the name of the table. So for creating, you can give a name of the table, and you can give the number of rows and columns of the table which you want to create, and you can select the heading option to define the first row. So first row in the table as a heading, and also we can select the repeat heading option to repeat the heading row if the table spans more than one page. In case if the table is continued to the next page, means the same first row heading will be repeated in the next page also. And you can select the don't split table option to prevent the table from spanning more than one page. So in case if it is going to the exceeding to the next page, means so we can select the don't split table, it will be continued to the as a in a single stretch. So that is the option for the don't split table. And next one is the select the border option, so that so you can able to view the border of each and every rows and columns. And also the auto format button is there at the bottom of the dialog box. Again it opens a new dialog box, auto format dialog box. So where you can create the color combination for the rows and columns, and all the additional formatting options you can select. So from it is possible to in the auto format dialog box, it is possible to choose different predefined formats of the tables will be there. So different layouts will be there, different with a different color combination. We can select the predefined layouts of the table. So these are the two methods for creating a new table. Next we are going to see about the formatting table. So formatting table involves the formatting of the table layout, formatting of the table text which are given inside the table, and adjusting the size of the table, its position on the page, adding or removing new rows or columns, and even merging and splitting the cells, splitting each and every cell, and changing the border color, border style, and the background of the table. So all these comes under the formatting table option. So you can able to see the first in the first column as a format with the various layouts, types of layouts will be there, and the preview will be there, will be displayed in the right side. And you can select the various buttons for confirming it. You can click on the OK. If you want to cancel it, you can click on the cancel. And if you want to know more about the existing table layouts, you can click on the help option. And also you can create a new table layouts by clicking the add button. And these are the table formatting toolbar, the icons which are available in the table formatting toolbar. So you can able to see the first one as a inserting the table. So as said, you will be having a down headed arrow. By clicking that, you can select the number of rows. And next one is the border style, so how the border should be. And next one is the color layout of the table. So all these things that can be selected in the from the table formatting toolbars. And next one is the inserting rows and columns. So to insert a rows and columns inside a table, first we have to place the cursor insertion pointer in the row or the column where the new column or row to be added. So then we have to right click the cell, correct row where we want to add, or the correct column where we want to add the new column. So we have to right click, and then you have to select the option as row. So you'll be having the option row and column. When you click on the row, means you'll be having the row option. When you click on the column, means you'll be having the column option. So from that you have to select the sub menu as insert. So when you click on the insert, means the insert dialog box, insert rows or insert columns dialog box will appear. So you can able to see, and you can add, you can give the mention the numbers. So then when you click on OK, the number of rows or columns will be added. And also you can able to select the position where you want to insert, either before or after, so left or right. So when it is a row, means it will display it as before or after. So when you want to add a column, means it will ask for left or right. So like that you have to select the option while inserting the rows or columns. Similarly, you can delete the rows and columns. So first place the cursor where you want to delete, which row should be deleted or which column should be deleted. Select the entire row and right click when you can able to see the row, and you have to select the submenu as delete. Whereas when you want to delete a column means select the column which you want to delete and right click, and you can able to see the option column and the submenu as delete. So when you click on the delete means the selected row or the column will be deleted. And next one is the merging and splitting cells. So you can able to merge two or more cells or rows or columns into a single, or you can able to split single row or column into two or many. So these are the options that are available in merging and splitting cells. So for doing this we have to select the cell, so either the row or the column which is to be merged. Right click and you can select the cell option, and the sub menu you can select the merge, or you can choose the from the table menu, you can select the table menu. There you will be having merge cells. So when you click on the two or more cells and clicking these options, the two or more cells or the rows or columns will be merged into a single. So this is how we can merge the cells. Similarly, we can split the cells. So we can split a single cell. So first we have to place the cursor, place the insertion pointer inside the cell. So then we have to right click and select the cell option. Inside that you have to select the split submenu, or we can select the same in the table menu. So from table menu you can select the split cell option. Again a split cell dialog box will be appear, so you can able to see the image. So there you can able to see the numbers split cell into, it will be asking. So it will be asking for how many number of the cells to be splitted. So how many numbers, how many counts the cells, the selected cells to be splitted. So there you can mention the number, and also it will be asking for the direction. So either horizontally you want to split or vertically you want to split, like that it will be asking for the additional option. And next one we are going to see about the inserting pictures. So OpenOffice Writer has the ability to insert and edit images so in a easy way, and it also has the picture gallery, the inbuilt collection of images from which the user can select the image, or the user can select the image on his own. And for inserting the image from a file means these are the following steps to be followed. First we have to place the cursor, that is insertion pointer, where the image want to be inserted or where the image want to be appear. And next you have to select the insert menu, from that the picture sub menu, and you have to select the from file option. So the insert picture dialog box will appear. So where the picture gallery opens from the where the desired picture is placed. From there the desired picture can be selected. So if the picture is not in the gallery means, then we can browse the picture from the folders. So from the various drives. So user folders it can be selected. Choose the desired picture. We can select the desired picture. And when you after selecting the picture, click on the open button. So the selected picture will be inserted into the document. And next one is inserting special characters and shapes. So many symbols which are used in mathematical equations commonly, like alpha, beta, gamma and pi. So all these are the symbols which are not available in the standard keyboard. So for that the OpenOffice Writer has a special location where all the symbols are gathered in a single place in a special character dialog box, in a special character options. So from there the user can select the various symbols, mathematical symbols or Latin symbols. So all these are available in the special characters dialog box. So for that these are the steps to be followed. So first you have to place the cursor or the insertion pointer where the symbol is to be inserted. So then you have to click on the insert menu, and under that you have to select the special character submenu, and the special character dialog box will appear with the desired symbols, and that can be selected by clicking on the character. So you can select the various symbols, and once the user selects the character, it is shown on the lower right, so along with the numerical code for that specific character you can able to see. So a special character is selected, and you can able to see the u plus 0020, and within the bracket it is given as 32. So this is the numerical code for that character. So for each and every character there will be some numerical code, different codes will be there. So like this we can select the special characters. And the next one is inserting the shapes. So for that we can use the drawing toolbar. So the drawing toolbar is used to create various shapes by using the um, tools that are available in the drawing toolbar. So for that you have to select the view menu, and that you have to select toolbars. Under that you have to select the drawing option. So once you click the drawing option, so the drawing toolbar will appear, and you can select the various shapes that you want to insert. And the next topic is page preview. So for previewing the page that is created in the word processor, so first we have to click the file menu. So file menu, under that you can able to see the page preview option, or you can click the page preview button. So the writer displays the page preview toolbar. So in the page preview toolbar, you can click on the multiple pages icon to display multiple pages, and also to close the preview, click on the close preview button. So these are the options, steps to be followed for previewing the page in the OpenOffice Writer. And the last topic which we are going to see in this chapter is the setting the printer and the printing option. So for that we have to select the file, and you can select the print option. So or you can press the control plus P. So control plus P on the keyboard, or print file icon. So with these three options you can able to see the print dialog box. So in that print dialog box you have to click the general tab, and you can select the various printers, the list of printers that are connected. So under that you can select the range and copies. You can select all pages, or if you want to print the specific page, means you can select the pages. And so like that you can give the number of copies also, and the specific number of copies with the help of the arrows, the up and down arrows. And then you can click on the print button. So this is how a single page that is printed in the OpenOffice